Downhill, guys, downhill. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. I want you guys to know that if you catch this replay, please do not do anything you see me do over here or hear me say unless and until you contact your primary health care provider, because whatever plan or regimen I have for me may not be the plan or regimen they have for you. It is dependent upon your fitness level, your activity level, and your mental state, okay? Definitely your mental state a lot, believe it or not, okay? So don't do anything you see me do or hear me say. We keep it mild. We don't go into strenuous activity. We walk and talk over here. If you're able to walk and talk without all the, yeah, guys, and I'm just doing this because I'm going up the hill, then you're good. If you're doing all that, listen to yourself, play it back, and pay attention to what you are doing. Your focus should be your walking. Your focus should be your walking. Walking and talking is a great sign of your fitness level. But your focus should be your walking. You want to work your body, Make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body. Don't overexert your body, especially when you put yourself in competition with other people that you cannot compete with. All right? Compete with you, the person you were yesterday, the day before, the week before, the month before, years before. Be a better you. Because everybody else is taken, right? So, before starting, restarting, changing, taking a break, or even ending an exercise program, plan, routine, oh, okay, I had to be nosy for a minute, y'all. Before starting, restarting, stopping, pausing, changing in the exercise plan, program, routine, or curriculum that you and your healthcare team have come up with, always notify them. Always let them know, okay? All right? If something is bothering you, let them know. We just did that hill. So you're supposed to be able to walk and talk, okay? Even if you're going to do a hill with minimal exertion. Now, it depends on the hill and how fast you do it. As far as how exerted you will sound, right? But if you're just walking platform level and you're huffing and a puffing, stop. Slow down and or stop. All right? Sometimes all it takes is for you to slow down. Over here in Lions Pride, we do not professionally, medically, or clinically assess, diagnose, treat, evaluate, or prescribe. Okay? The content is for informational, entertainment purposes only. Informational meaning. You take the information, you take the nuggets. Hey, Betty, paper time of days, comfort foods and more. You take the nuggets. That turkey and cranberry sauce look good, Betty. You take the nuggets. You wipe them off, you polish them off, okay? You investigate, all right? You research from reputable sources. You take them to your doctor. You let your people know about them, all right? And you figure out which ones work for you. The ones that don't, let them go. Let them go, all right? Because every plan, every protocol, every routine, every schedule, every treatment will not work for all people, right? Some will work for several. You may have a plan that'll work for you and your friend. The next plan won't, all right? So look at your health and fitness that way. It is individualized, okay? It is individualized. You can do a lot of things that you see other people do. Some of those things may have the same results. Some of them may not. Some of those things you may not be able to do. Some things you do, other people may not be able to do. That's why it's best to be you, okay? All right, take cues, take suggestions, take pointers, but always talk to your primary healthcare provider, okay? Be your GM, your GP, your general practitioner, your MD, your medical doctor, same thing, flip it, same thing. All right, your nurse practitioner, your CRNP, your PA, your physician's assistant, right? Even your registered nurse, all right? The ones that you are familiar with who know you, okay? Your therapist. Believe it or not, yes, your therapist, your psychotherapist, your psychologist, your psychiatrist, okay? Your nutritionist, your dietitian, your specialty doctors. Make sure that the lines of communication are open between them and you and between them. They form the circle around you. I call it what? An atom, a cell. You are the nucleus. We talk about it as a team, right? football team. Your doctor is your coach. The other staff, they're your coaches. They're a part of the coaching staff. You are the quarterback. Okay? You are the quarterback. You know, the doctor gives you the plays, right? You try to implement them. Hopefully they work. If they don't, sometimes the doctor allows you to make certain changes. And sometimes the doctor himself will make those changes. Tell you what to do, right? But he comes up with the curriculum. He comes up with the plan. He comes up with the playbook. You help because it's all about you. You are your biggest advocate. You help, right? You help. You help. And that's how we like to talk about things over here when it comes to health and fitness. We like to correlate things that sometimes kind of go hand in hand and sometimes they don't. When we talk about moderation and modification, we talk about M&Ms, right? We eat M&Ms over here, but they're not the candy-coated chocolates, right? They're moderation and modification. According to your fitness level and whatever it may be, whatever level you're on, do things in moderation when it comes to physical fitness, the physical activities that you do, all right? That's why you're supposed to what? Consult, communicate with, talk to, discuss with your primary health care provider what is okay for you, your personal trainer, okay? Occupational therapists, physical therapists, they know you. You know your limitations, and they do too. Sometimes you have to let them know your limitations. Don't go in there and do something that is uncomfortable just because they prescribe it to you or they have you doing it. Let them know that it's uncomfortable, all right? And that way they can what? Modify, change it a little bit. If it hurts those knees to do those squats, hold on to the wall, hold on to the chair, do mini squats, okay? If it hurts to do jumping jacks, do leg lifts. Do leg lifts. You don't have to jump. Knowing that your knees and heels can't take it, you don't have to jump. Knowing that if you are not completely healthy in the joint area, that will harm your joints. If you're healthy, completely healthy, it will help. But if your joints bother you, don't do things that exacerbate the problem, okay? Don't do things that exacerbate the problem. Walking in cold weather, okay? Sometimes walking in really hot weather, and you know you have joint issues. That's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Because if you have joint issues, if you have not learned anything else, extreme temperatures exacerbate that, okay? Meaning makes it worse. Or kicks it off, starts it off. You may be doing okay. You getting out there thinking you're going to exercise. But knowing you shouldn't be in the cold weather. Knowing you shouldn't be in the rain. Right? But you want to show and prove. You want to show and prove. So you go out there and you walk in the cold weather. What in the hell? Okay? Like, who taught you? I know you know better. I know you know better. Not good. Not good. Not good. Work those joints in warm weather. Warm weather. Keep them lubricated. Keep them moving. Keep moving. You keep moving, it helps to lubricate. Keep moving and it helps to lubricate. Okay? Keep moving. Make sure that you warm up. Okay? You want to do your stretches first, right? Right? Your dynamic stretches. Do them first. Then move into your warm-up, your cardio. Light cardio warm-up, preparing your body, your joints, and most importantly, your heart. The strongest, the most important, the muscle in your body called the heart, right? Preparing it to get ready for more strenuous work, all right? Hey, Shawanda. Hey, everybody, just passing through into 2 Street. Just wanted to say hello. Hey, Shawanda, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Shawanda? Shawanda, don't get me now. December 11th. December 11th. That's Thursday. Am I right, Shawanda? You want to get your body prepared to work. You do that. What do I call it? Radar. or I use the word radar, or I use the word level. R is your stretching. A is your warm-up. D, you are in full exercise mode. A is your cool down. And the last R is what? Your static stretching. Your static stretching. So to begin with, you want to get that body prepared by doing those more bouncy stretches. Okay? All right? But make sure that those are right for you. Okay? All right? And then you want to hold those stretches in the end. Hold them in the end. All right? All right? I know you're going to hear some people that say, make sure you stretch. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you know how to stretch, the correct stretches to use, when to use them, as far as before your workout and after your workout and during your workout, okay? And during your workout. If you need to, stop. Those muscles start to tighten up. Those joints feel like they just aren't right. Slow down and stop. Or you may just need to do a little bit more stretching. Maybe you didn't do quite enough to begin with. Or maybe you did, but you just need to, excuse me, you just need to do a few more, okay? I got it, Shawanda. I got it, Shawanda. December 11th. That's Thursday, right? Let me see, you 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Uh-oh, that's Thursday. It's on the way, Shawanda. It's on the way. It's on the way. I'm gonna put it on my community wall. I'm gonna put it on my community wall. So when you guys are out and about during the holiday season, especially, listen, we're not gonna say especially. We're gonna say especially all the time, okay? But because of the way things are right now for people financially, all right, mentally, emotionally, we're gonna say, make sure that you keep your head on a swivel, okay? Keep light around you. Wear fluorescent clothing, okay? Hey, Jordan, how are you? I like to share you out. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. We're gonna make sure that we put on fluorescent clothing, right? Wear clothing with lights. My caps have lights on them, okay? I carry flashlights. If you're on a bicycle, make sure that your reflectors are working, okay? If you're gonna be on your bicycles. And you guys know I tell you all the time, cardiovascular activity, aerobic activity, using oxygen. You can do it every day. But make sure that you consult who? Your primary healthcare provider. Because what we're telling you may not be wrong, but it may be wrong for a particular situation that you may have going on. So always consult your primary healthcare team, okay? All right? I don't know a doctor, a nurse, a practitioner a physician's assistant, a therapist who doesn't want you to move. All right? They want us to move, but make sure that we are moving within our limits. We are moving within our capabilities. We're moving within the range that is sufficient for us to do things that are conducive to improving our health and fitness, okay? Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it. Keep up the great work over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You too, Jordan. You too. I shared out your burpees. Jordan is doing burpees in the month of December. So go check him out, you guys. He's doing some chair exercises as well. All right. So if you want to get into stuff like that, go over there and check him out. Go over there and check him out. Burpees are a great exercise. The chair is a great piece of exercise equipment, okay? You can make exercise equipment out of anything. I tell you guys all the time, if you do not have weights, go into your kitchen and find canned goods, okay? Canned goods, 1 pound, 2 pound canned goods, okay? 4 or 5 pound bag of sugar, flour, meal, all right? Use what you have instead of running out, spending hundreds of dollars, okay? If you don't have it. If you have it, spend it. But listen, as a person who has it and being in fitness for, since forever, since I played sports in school, but concentrating on fitness, being certified in fitness, I know that you can find just about anything without spending your money, whether you have it or not. Okay, you can do anything. Just switch it up. You can do this. Switch it up. Switch it up. Think about the military. They're not always using weights. Of course they do. But when they're doing their thing, you switch it up. You find ways to trick your muscles. Okay? When you hit a plateau and it seems like you've gotten halfway to your goal or 3/4 the way to your goal, only a quarter of the way to your goal, and you're just not moving anymore, you've probably hit a plateau. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Jordan says, I am trying to get, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you. Listen, when you become a personal trainer, you see a lot, you have to learn a lot. And sometimes, it's not just the books. It's not just the books, because you have to work with other authorities. You have to work with physical trainers, physical therapists, occupational therapists, what the doctor wants them to do, what the specialty doctor wants them to do. That's why I always emphasize, make sure your healthcare team, their members are on the same page, okay? All right? If your general practitioner says, don't do this, and your specialty doctor, say you have a doctor that you see for your joints, says you can do this, have them to give each other a call, okay? All right? Most times, if it feels good to you and you're not overdoing it, it'll probably be okay. But let them have that conversation. You be your biggest advocate, because you are your biggest advocate. You are, and your family, they're your biggest advocate, right? Thank you guys for the thumbs up. So have that. When one tells you to do something and another one says don't, let them have a conversation, okay? I know sometimes we hold things back, but be open, let them know what the other one has said and let them have a conversation so that the members of your healthcare team can be on the same page. What did I tell y'all? It's like a football team. You're in a football game, basketball game. I love the football game reference more though. And that's my thing over here. I use that to try to explain to people, even people who don't know a lot about football. You know that you have a coach, right? And you have a set of coaches. You have a strength and conditioning coach. You have a receivers coach. You have a running backs coach. You have an offensive line coach. You have a defensive line coach. And of course you have the top coach. All right? Those are his assistants, his helpers. Your doctor has all that too, right? And you are the quarterback, because you haven't been trained to be a doctor, right? So who's the most important person on that field besides the people on the sideline? The quarterback. You're the quarterback. All right? You're the quarterback. All right? And they're going to go into the playbook. They're going to throw it at you. You got to learn the plays, but you also have to be able to know when the plays should switch up, because you're the coach on the field. So yes, your doctor is your coach, but you are your own personal coach. He's going to tell you, listen, this is the plan, this is the playbook. You're going to get it, and you're going to go and implement it. But when things feel, oh, that's a little bit too hard, that's a little bit too strenuous, that doesn't make my joint feel like this makes my muscle a little bit too this, then you change the play. You change the play. And he's already giving you the playbook, and he already knows that there are going to be some times when you have to change the play. That's why you keep the lines of communication open, okay? That is why you keep the lines of communication open. Your doctor is your coach, but you are the quarterback. So when you leave the doctor's office and you're out there on the field, right? You're the coach. You're the coach. And if you have to change some things up, then you guys are already on the same page. He knows that you might have to do that. You are your biggest advocate. Always remember that you are your biggest advocate as it relates to your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, right? Because it's all about the heart, the mind, the body, and soul. Okay? It's all about the heart, the mind, the body, and soul. Your heart is the most important muscle in your body. It is a pump, okay? It pumps. It pumps. It has 4 chambers. 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. 2 on top are your atria. The 2 on the bottom are your ventricles. The right ventricle pumps to the lungs. The left ventricle pumps out through the aorta into your body, okay? And all other things, your lymphatic fluids, all those things flow through your circulatory system, okay? So when you are about to work out, don't overexert it. Remember, M&Ms, not the Candy coated chocolates. Over here, M&M stands for moderation and modification. Moderation, that's what it stands for in the Pride. Again, y'all know I put stuff together. Try to make my stuff unique, okay? Try to have my own stuff. So M&M's over here, we eat M&M's. We eat moderation and modification. No matter how good an exercise may be, according to your fitness level, it may not be the exercise for you. So when they give it to you, and if they have it on your routine, your list of things to do, your schedule, your treatment plan, if it hurts you, if it makes you uncomfortable, feel uncomfortable, don't do it. They will have given you what? An alternative. Or they will have given you what? A way to modify. Modification. Or they'll tell you, well, you're sore right now. It just depends on what your plan is about. So instead of doing the full squat, what do I tell you guys? Do the baby squat, right? Use the chair, use the wall, use your kitchen table, use your countertop, and do a baby squat or a mini squat. You don't want to call it a baby squat, call it a mini squat, okay? A baby squat is a little bit lighter. Then you get the mini, and then you go full throttle, boom, okay? Whichever one feels best for you. And sometimes you don't have an issue, you just don't like, your body just doesn't like squats. You know, sometimes it doesn't hurt, it's not uncomfortable, you just don't like it. Lunge, 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 all right? And always remember, when you work on muscles, you work on the alternative muscles, the alternate muscles rather, the alternate. If you're gonna work on those quadriceps, you can't leave these hamstrings neglected, all right? You cannot leave the hamstrings neglected, okay? You cannot neglect the calves, all right? You cannot neglect the calves. You're gonna work on those biceps, you cannot neglect the triceps. You cannot neglect your triceps and vice versa, okay? So do what makes sense. And ladies, keep those forearms nice, but don't bulk them up to look like Popeye, okay? All right? All right? Because those forearms have a little girth to them anyway. So you want them toned and nice, but you don't want to bulk them to look like you're about to go out there and do some Mike Tyson or something. Unless you are, unless that's your sport, unless, you know, you're a boxer. Okay? So don't just do what you see other people do because it's exercise, right? You do what's best for you. The type of exercises that are good for you, all right? Make sure that you practice proper form and technique, okay? Proper form and proper technique are keys to your success because they lower your risk for injury. Yes, when you're exercising, you're doing a good thing, right? But there is an increased chance for injury because you are working your body. And again, that heart is the strongest, most important muscle. It pumps your blood, your lymph, everything, your fluids through that system, right? Right? And then your other pump, those veins, those valves, the valves that push it back up, the valves that push it back up to the heart to become reoxygenated all over again, right? And that reoxygenation takes place when you inhale that good oxygen and exhale that carbon dioxide. Inhale that O2, exhale the CO2 and other waste, all right? So take you some deep breaths in and out. In and out. Not just before and after you exercise, but throughout the day. When you start to feel stressed, okay? And believe it or not, this isn't a technique that has always worked for me. And sometimes it doesn't work for me now. Once I'm already on about an 8, we can forget that calming me down. All right? I say have things that work to calm you down, sometimes taking deep breaths in and out. I know that it works. I know that it can. But if you allow yourself to get past about a 3 on the scale of agitation, they may not work. All right? I'm just going to be honest with you. They may not work. You may have to find something else. You may have to leave the room. You may have to leave the house. You may have to walk around the building at the workplace, right? And some people haven't found that thing that works just yet. Someone has to calm them down. All right? Someone has to calm them down. So taking those deep breaths in and out work for a lot of reasons. Okay? A lot of reasons and a lot of situations. It has been 30 minutes. All right? I'm going to try to come on here tomorrow. I have been sharing my time doing some other things, okay, that have been bringing me a good bit of coin. A good bit of coin. See, sometimes you have to move around and get away from the vultures and stalkers and the obsessed. The vultures, the stalkers, and the obsessed. Sometimes you have to move around, all right? And find you a niche, or a niche, as some people will say, that works for you, that brings you calmness, that brings you peace, all right? That doesn't bother you. Because you guys know what I say. Bothered people bother you. They will attempt to bother you. Don't let bothered people bother you. That's at home, that's at school, that's at work, that's out in the community, that's on social media, all right? And the first thing they'll say is, you're bothering them. No, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you, Jordan. Jordan says, great job. And same to you, Jordan. Right back to you. I know that Jordan works out, guys. You want to get a good work, go over there and work out with him, okay? Work out over here with me. Go work out with him. He does a lot of stuff that's just totally different. He walks, though. He goes and he does his trails. He times and says, hey there, Robert. I know that's right. Hello, Miss Pride. Hey, Robert, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Did I say happy Monday? I think I did when I came on. I don't know if anybody was in here, but if I didn't, happy Monday to you guys, okay? New Monday, new work week. Yesterday was Sunday, new week technically, okay? So I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you have put it in your minds to have a wonderful week. And if you don't think that way, think day by day. Put it in your mind to have a wonderful day, to have a wonderful night tonight, okay? And when you get up tomorrow, have a wonderful day tomorrow, all right? All right? Don't let bothered people bother you. Now, that being said, we're all human, and we get agitated. That's why I say those deep breaths in and out. When you feel that agitation coming on, or sometimes it's not agitation, you're just kind of like, in a slump. Start taking those deep breaths in and out, okay? Because if you're agitated and you're like me, once you get past 3, that doesn't help me. The deep breaths in and out, they don't help. The counting to 1 to 5, 1 to 10 doesn't help. I'm just going to be honest. Y'all, I always say what? Acknowledge your flaws. And that is a flaw of mine, a lack of patience in all realms, all areas, okay? I have a low patience for foolishness, a low patience for bullshit. I'm going to call the bullshit. And a lot of people don't like that when you call the bullshit, but I do. And even if you're not worth me calling it, you'll know that I've caught on. You'll know that I've caught on. Because depending on who it is, I'll let it ride. I go by the don't let bother people bother you. But then when you try to play in my face, and I know what you're doing, See, I have to work on it, though. I have to work on patience. But there are some things, you guys, that you should not have patience for. There are some things, yes, I'm wearing my hat. There are some things that you don't have to have patience for, okay? If you choose to, hey. But once it gets to bothering you too much, let it go. Let them go. Let the situation go. Sometimes you have to let things, people, and situations go. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. I'm walking. What I say, pay attention. Pay attention. So I know when my light is working, because all I have to do is cover it up and the street lights light up. The street lights light up. Again, guys, keep your head on the swivel. Not just the holiday season. At all times, 24/7, 25/8, however you want to look at it. But we really, really push that during the holiday season. And especially this holiday season. People don't have the resources that they would like to have, okay? Let's see. I see you wearing your hat. Call Trump. Call Trump is. Take care, Miss Pride. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you. Why do I keep calling you Lawrence? I always call you by your last name because Lawrence used to come in, and we've been looking for Lawrence. So Robert, your last name is Lawrence, Robert Lawrence, and then there's a Lawrence that comes in here, and whenever I look down, if I see Lawrence first, I call you Lawrence. So sorry about that, Robert. But take care, Robert. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Okay, I appreciate you. Yes, there's so much going on in the world. Some of it is not just about people's financial needs, right? It's about the mental. It's about the mental. Because there is a lot of dumb stuff going on from our administration. And just to think, a man who once called another man sleepy, sits at a press conference and goes to sleep. Sits in a press conference and goes to sleep. And his followers have not a word to say. It's hypocrisy that bothers me. Sometimes, I say don't let people bother you. Sometimes it's hypocrisy. Sometimes it's the hypocrisy of people that bother you, right? So don't let people bother you. Don't let people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, grab your grip and go. GYGAG. If they come into your space, whether it's your home, your personal space, your job, make them grab their grip and go. GTGAG. Grab their grip and go. Y'all know how I do. Tell them to get up out of there. Okay, tell them to get out of there. To leave you alone. You don't have time. And when you distance yourself from them and they don't like it, oh, well, get over it. Especially if it's on social media. You don't know these people. And they don't know you. They like to think they do, but they don't. You would like to think sometimes that you know them, but you don't. Okay, people you've grown up with can sometimes say, I don't know who that is anymore. You might say, I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know who he is anymore. That's not the person I grew up with. That's not the person I went to elementary school with, primary school. That's not the person I went to high school with. That's not the person I went to college with. It's the person. It's the person. But sometimes things change people. People change people. And situations change people. Okay? And if people aren't changing you for the good, helping you to be better, let it go. Let those people go. Let those situations go. All right? And let those people go. Because let me tell you something about people. They will come, and how I say, guys, wolves in sheep's clothing with a big moon pie smile on their head. With a big moon pie smile on their face. The head, well, I guess the face is part of the head. With a big moon pie smile on their face, only to cause you chaos. And what do I end these lives with? I end these lives with wishing you guys what? Peace, positivity, and prosperity. And what do I say? Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live, roam, dance together, hold hands together. If you allow that to bother you, get into your mental, it'll affect your physical, your emotional, and your spiritual. And sometimes it comes with a big smile on their face. But always look at the eyes. Always look at the eyes, and you know if you got a lunatic in your presence, okay? Always look at the eyes. Always look at the silly, childish motions that they make with their heads and their faces. And you'll know if you have someone who is of an adult thinking capacity or someone who is, they do enough, but they're honestly, they're not even childish. They're just chaotic. They're not even childish. They're just chaotic. Because you expect children to be children. You expect children to have children behavior. You don't expect that to be in a 40-plus-year-old woman or man, right? So sometimes you got to remove those people, places, and you got to remove the ones who enjoy it, who enjoy seeing it, right? Right? So again, protect your peace, right? Peace is the requirement. If you make it the requirement, it is automatically the reward. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Y'all know I don't be fussing about that, but I appreciate it. Because if you stop by here for a few seconds, a few minutes, a portion of the live, beginning, middle, or end, you show some support. Especially those who come through, watch it, looking for information, looking to figure out what to do, how to do whatever it is they're doing. All right? So, it is December 8th, 2025. We're in the 12th month of this year, going into 2026 with the Lord's will. Learn to be you. Learn to appreciate you. Stop making other people's goals your goals, right? Stop making other people's goals your goals and aspirations. We can all have similar goals. We can all have similar aspirations. Well, I take that back. We all won't, but many of us will, right? Similar goals and similar aspirations, right? And sometimes similar ways of getting there. But if you find yourself following somebody and following them to their goals and aspirations, what have you done with your own? Because there's no way in the world you could be happy letting somebody else's goals and aspirations be yours. You can't. You can't. You have attachment issues. And there's nothing wrong with seeing psychologists, psychiatrists, psychotherapists. Nothing wrong with that. That is a stigma that society has placed on people. And it's slowly wearing off, but it's still too strong. It's still too strong of a stigma. It's slowly wearing off, but it's still too strong of a stigma. So it's wearing off to the point where you have people who need help saying that they know when folks need help, advising people to get help. It doesn't work like that. If you know that this is what you're going through, this is causing you to be unattached in an unhealthy way, don't worry about what's going on with somebody else. You got to get your stuff right. And I see a lot of people that have attachment issues. And I see, because I go look, just like they look at me, I look at them. But what I don't do is I don't strive for their goals. I don't strive for their aspirations. There is nothing that I see them do that I would like to obtain, because I have my own goals, my own aspirations, own things that I would like to attain when it comes to life, health, fitness. Remember, it's not about physical only. It's about physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, heart, mind, body, and soul. And you got to keep moving. Keep those fluids moving. Mental fluids, physical fluids, emotional, spiritual fluids, in a good way, in a positive way. When we talk about the joints, those synovial cavities, they make synovial fluid, right? The more you move, even if you have issues, move within your range, and they can continue to make some degree of synovial fluid to protect those joints as much as possible, right? Sometimes you have to go get them replaced. Sometimes you have to go get therapy, but that's a part of the therapy, right? Getting those synovial cavities to make as much synovial fluid as they can to lubricate those joints so that they can move smoothly. The same way when your door starts to creak and you have to put, WD-40 on it. That's what your synovial fluids are doing for your joints. All right. So I will see you guys, if it's the Lord's will, on tomorrow. We try to keep it to about 30 to 45 minutes on here, because when you start putting your eggs in other baskets, you've got to give those baskets some time too. All right? You've got to give those baskets some time too. And you learn that quickly when you start seeing how attached people can be to you as well. Right? So you learn a lot through these apps about people you don't know, people you don't want to know. All right? And when you act however you act, you learn a little bit more about you. Again, acknowledge your flaws. Work on your flaws. Will you be the perfect human being? No. But do you want to be a better human being? I think we all do. Right? Can you be a perfect human being? No. The only time that a human being was perfect was when they were born. As far as the things that they do. Yes, babies are strong. They have to go through a lot sometimes. But I mean, as far as our behavior, the most perfect we ever were when we were newborns. Okay? When we got probably in about baby kindergarten, we started doing some things. But even then, we weren't doing the worst of the worst. Okay? And some people haven't done bad things, and that's a great thing. But nobody is perfect. So it doesn't matter where you are or where you were. Try to focus on being somewhere you would like to be, in a better place, in a better place. All right? In a better place. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, a better you. We're going to talk about some of those R words, right? Remember who you were. If you were bad, if you were good, remember, take the lessons from that, the testimonies from that person, that other you within you. It's just another you within you, right? Take the lessons and the testimonies from you, old you, right? Some of those same old ways going to still be with you, the present you. But use the stuff from the old you, some of the stuff that you're doing now, and just try to make sure that you become a better you, all right? No matter how good you've always been or how bad you've always been, there's always room for improvement. So if you do happen to be 40 years old and you have never done anything bad, keep it that way, right? Keep it that way. Keep it that way. You've probably learned the art to it anyway. So keep it that way. But if you were once a bad person or a not so good person, look at the old things that you did. Look at the old you within you. See, there are 3 yous within you. There are 3 yous within you. There is the old you, there is the current you, and there is the future you. Now I said Christmas past, present, and future. And they showed Scrooge all 3. See, somebody gonna pick this up. And I'm a bopper. Okay? I'm a bopper. There is the old you, the current you, and the future you. The past you, the present you, the future you. All right? And the present and future, you still won't be perfect. And you can't change the things from old you. But those things can teach you to be a better present you and a better future you. Okay? You can't undo the things that you've done, the things that you said, all that kind of stuff. But you can learn from it and be better from it. And you can try to your best to make amends with people. Okay? Some you'll be able to make amends with, some you won't. But if you know that you did all that you could to make amends, you don't have to make an amends. You just apologize. Apologize. Be sincere in your apology. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And allow it to come from the heart. Allow it to come from within. Don't allow it to come from someone telling you. That's just like how you guys, when you were raising your kids or when you were growing up as a child, and you hit another child, or you did something that you weren't supposed to do. You poured milk on the floor intentionally. You got mad and you did whatever you did, right? You're still at your most perfect point in your life. You 5, 6 years old, right? But you're starting to, develop the little personality. Well, you go and you hit your little first cousin, your auntie's child, your mother's sister's child. No reason, you just haul off and bam. Auntie can say she's sorry, but what Auntie is supposed to do is tell you to say, and mom, definitely your mom, tell you you're sorry, right? The correction is within the person, should be done and applied to the person that did it, even if you were 5 years old. But I see a lot of, it starts around that age where people they don't justify, but they excuse their children's behavior. Child can talk, say everything up under the sun, sing every lyric to their favorite song, but they go and they do something to another child or to another adult. Here comes mom. She's sorry. She's sorry. Here comes dad. He's sorry. She's sorry. No, you can apologize, but you make them apologize. You make them apologize. So same way when you grow up. When you do something you know you were wrong, be sincere in your apology. Be sincere in your attempt to, you can't undo it. And you can't really correct it, but you can acknowledge it, and you can acknowledge that it was wrong, and you can acknowledge that it was you, right? So just try to use your past experiences, the past things that you've done in the past. Remember our words, remember who you were, remember who you are, and remember who you want to be. Rebuild, reconstruct, renew, all right? You got some things from your past you want to re-implement, okay? Reevaluate, maybe there were some good things, right? Okay? Re-pour, refill, Some see the glass as half empty, some see it as half full. Either way, it's half out. So refill, repour, restore, refocus, reset, regroup, and restart. Okay? All right? Remember that four-letter word self? Sometimes you have to be all about self. Doesn't make you selfish. You have to take the time to focus on yourself in order to continue to focus on the people you love, the things you love. So to be selfish, sometimes it's okay, especially when it's in a good way. So self-love, self-motivation, motivate yourself. You can find motivation from other people, okay? Sometimes people just simply motivate you. But don't go stalking behind people looking for them and their actions and the things that they do and say to motivate you. If it motivates you, good, fine. If you motivate somebody, because I always say my goal is not to motivate children and young adults, yeah, but my goal is to encourage. When it comes to adults, it doesn't matter. I'll encourage anybody, no matter what age. Because if you've already gotten started, I don't have to help you, like kind of like you have to jumpstart a battery. You've already gotten started. You're just kind of slacking off a little bit. So I want to encourage you to get back into the game, refocus, reset, regroup, restart. Remember the R words? So I don't really go around to motivate. But sometimes you just find motivation from people, whether you like to or not, whether you want to or not. But self-love, self-motivation, self-determination, self-dedication, self-esteem, self-respect. Okay? All right? So think about those things. Remember, it's all about you. Nobody else's goal should be your goal. Can you have similar goals, the same goals? Yes. But your pathways, your journeys there, they're going to be a little bit different. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Much love to you. And I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride Original. Lions Pride, Let's Walk and Talk Original. We'll see you over in the Pride on tomorrow. Okay? So if you catch the replay, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Bye, y'all.